Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Sports. Humidor shop talk. Cigars. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk. Get ready. Humidor shop talk.
Yo, what's up, man? We back, man. We are back. I know we ain't had a little vacation time with you guys, man, but SmokeFella's are here with Humidor Sports and Cigars by way of Sports Zone Chicago, man. So we back here. We sitting in the shop before it's actually open. We sitting in the back, man, talking sports, talking about things that have been happening. So, man, as you see, I got my man, Lucky Lefty, in the house.
What up, people? What up? Good to be back. It's been a minute.
Got my man KDL 33 in the house.
People, we back.
We lighting up sticks. We got that day drinking going. This is what we do, especially when we're in the shop. We're gonna have Water Lamone's live here, man. So if y'all guys want to pop out here, y'all in the area, want to talk some shiggity with us about sports and everything that's been going on, stop on through, man. We get you in, get you on set with us, and we do what we do. Man, listen, cancer season has been a whole vibe, man. You know, we've been kicking it strong, hard. We ain't celebrated our birthdays, man. Me and Luck at 50.
Yes,
bro,
sir.
Man, dude, I'm tired. I'm tired.
And I've been with him, but carry on.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my man KDL been a trooper. And he know if he wasn't kicking it with us, he would have to answer some questions. Because when Capricorn season, I celebrated 8 weeks with this dude and didn't find out when his birthday was until last year.
Back. We started celebrating before Jesus. Bro.
Man, for real.
So I had to return the favor, man. Return the favor,
It's crazy.
especially at 50.
So, man, I know we missed out on some sports and stuff, talking with y'all. Y'all was used to us talking about. So we going to rehash some things, talk about some things that's going on, NBA, NFL, Summer League. But I'm going to start off with Vic W. You know, he came, he sat out the first couple of games in Orlando, right? He played in Vegas.
Yeah.
He played in Vegas. First game, 9 points, 6 turnovers, 2 rebounds. I mean, his stats was just, but then game 2, he dropped 27 and 12. Now, I'm leading up to these comments where he said the NBA is not as physical as international play. Now, Kev, I'm going to let you go ahead and start this one out, and then we'll take it from there.
First of all, the statement is not true, number one. They're more skilled, I would say, and more intelligent-wise. I'm not saying they're more intelligent or skilled, let me rephrase this, than NBA players. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do the comparison, because they, overseas play a different type of ball and they play when they're younger professionally. So they get to learn the game of basketball. That's why you see Joker is a great passer. That's why you see Giannis. That's why you see all these overseas guys. But to say it's more physical, that's simply not true. Simply not true. I was watching the game, the very first game and the second game, actually. He just scored more the second game. They were actually going through him. People was going towards him. Like you always say, man, that shoulder and get your shot off. They were doing that a lot to him. So let's not do that. You ain't running an Embiid yet. You ain't running a Joker. Let's pump the brakes. Let's pump the brakes.
Well, that's my problem. My problem with the statement was that you just played in the Summer League game.
2 minutes.
So but I'm just saying, how would you to compare Summer League with 80% of them cats ain't even gonna be on the NBA roster to overseas. So to even come out and make that type of comment, like out the gate, You let the catch run.
Target.
Yeah, like
Target.
what are you doing?
First of all, he already had a target on his back because when he hiked, his height was nowhere near LeBron's height when he came out. But LeBron is American born, so the hype is different. It's like, man, they was gonna test LeBron when he came in the league. But you coming from overseas. You go back to Scottie Pippen and Jordan on Cool Coach. Oh,
Right.
we finna see what you made of.
And that was
So-
the Olympics.
He about to get every night. It's gonna be cats
Right.
in his ear, coming at him. We ain't seen this much pressure on somebody since LBJ.
It's gonna be. You guys remember Patrick Beverly and Lonzo Ball? Remember that?
Mhm.
When Patrick Bev opening night, you the number one draft pick.
Mhm.
I want to see what you're about. And you try to test him. They're not gonna try to hurt dude. Like, it's not gonna be like that. But if you all this hype, and I'm in the league, I heard what you said to something. Like, players don't miss
Yeah.
nothing. I don't care what they doing. Players don't miss
Social
nothing.
media era. You can't
They don't
say
miss
nothing
nothing.
about
They taking notes.
They said what? Okay.
They taking notes.
And I'm not talking about. I'm really not talking about the Embiids and the Jokers because he's really not gonna be guarding. But the stretch fours, the Bams, the people like that. Okay. Let's see, young fella. When you physical, huh?
I think it's also like when you look back at LeBron kind of had relationships with NBA players already.
Mhm.
Cash was going to his game.
Yeah.
He was playing with them with
Shaq
Ruffles,
Right.
all that. So he was already kind of cool.
Programs. He was
This
playing.
cat here,
Plus, he came right to LeBron's credit. He came right in balling.
right?
Like he literally came in like man body.
Right.
So it's different.
That's right there.
Because
The
when you
man body.
Yeah.
He came in with a pro body.
Oh yeah.
And
You couldn't
Cash
really
was
pump.
like, who is this dude?
But you remember Cash was going at him though.
Yeah.
They were trying. He just withstood it. You know what I'm saying? Like Cash was trying to take him off dribble after they realized like, oh no, this ain't the same type of rookies we used to, man. It's something different here.
That's like my man T.Y. Mr. Full of Life say, you gonna find out that you can't fight. You gonna find out. And that's the way it was. But one thing about him, man, out on the perimeter, like you said, you watched the second game. I watched the first and the second game. He looks very awkward trying to go through his legs on these little guards because he's 7'3", man.
And his dribble is high.
It's high.
Yeah.
And one thing that I was taught, I don't care how tall you are, the lower you get, the faster you are and how you move. He's too erect and stiff.
Yeah.
He got I don't know
Yeah.
what is, he got to
But
do
he-
some drills to get
he-
loose, man, because he just stiff.
For his height, when he like the second game, he was making a lot of moves. He was shooting fadeaways. He was more active. The first game, it was like he was just shooting just to be shooting. Like I need to make a bucket because all eyes on me. But the second game, he was more comfortable. He phased. But like you said, his dribble is so high when he right. So it's gonna
His
take
back
somebody.
is straight as a board.
Yeah,
man.
There's no being.
Look at KG.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin Durant. They get down on you. They get down. He like it's like they trained him with good posture, and
So-
he got to play with good posture.
So they're gonna watch film, and as soon as he's on the perimeter and he goes to take a dribble and he's straight up, somebody comes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. So they're gonna have to teach him to, when you make a move, just like a drill. Like when you do a drill and you get to the cone and you have to, right? You got to do that, bro. You cannot do this.
You ain't gonna be face up with you. Like,
No.
with that whack ass dribble.
No,
Somebody
he gonna have to.
He can
He gonna have to pull the Magic Johnson.
But Magic was more. Well, Magic
Turn
back
turn
then.
turn.
You turn and
But
put
at the
that.
same time,
put that hip
Magic
on.
he was so quick with his dribble though. Even though it was high, Magic was a little different though. He was so quick with his dribble.
And Magic wasn't a shake and bake. Magic was get past you. Like, he wasn't.
Right. I'm not.
He wasn't trying to cross.
I'm not crossing you over.
Right,
I'm not
right.
finna give you the shimmy sham.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He can shoot, man, which is gonna help him.
Yeah.
Bail him out because he's not physical. So he can shoot, and that'll help him tremendously. Right? He can just jump up and shoot a three, and then people gonna be like, oh yeah, he can shoot. So now you got to come out on him.
And he should get about 10 garbage points a game anyway, just because his height. You know what I'm saying? Just a rebound putback, just because how tall he is.
And he can shoot free throws.
Rebound,
Right, he can't fit that shit.
dunk you.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
That motherfucker will tip and then he dunk you. And
right, but that's what I'm saying. He gonna
So 10 of
score
those.
about a game just off
10
the
of
other
those.
one. Right. Just off that alone.
So he should be about an 18 and 12 dude. What y'all think about that? First year. He's not coming off the bat with no 20, 25. Let's not.
I think so.
18 and 12.
That's
17 and
I can get
That's a good
that
number.
because first you said 10 points. Just
Just
say
off
garbage.
that.
Just off of garbage.
Yeah.
Give him another 6 from the free throw line.
He gonna hit a 3.
And you know,
So that's put him over 20 then.
yeah, I say he's
I
gonna
don't
be a
think
20
he's
guy.
averaging 20 personally.
He could be a 20 guy. He could be a 20 guy.
You should get some tips on boards. Like
Yeah,
you should.
that's what I'm saying.
He's going right.
So you easily on the double digit boards.
So he should
I
be.
say 18.
If he's not a 20 guy, do you start to get concerned? Are you starting to say, if he's not a 20 guy out there? Because I've seen some cats come out there and say, put the word out there, bust. He's a bust already. I was like, damn.
First of all, that's unfair.
Yeah,
I said, damn, already?
They're gonna be a bust. Come on, stop. It's not a bust if he doesn't score 20 because that's overseas 20 he's gonna get. This and be like you're gonna be Giannis is gonna guard you, right? You're not scoring 20 on Giannis. You're not.
And you got to worry about foul trouble.
That,
You know, he defensively.
let's say he come over the
Yeah.
back.
Do he got bricks for feet? Can he slide? Can he move?
That's the question.
Because
Because
that I really couldn't tell
well,
in the
because
2 games.
and also if you look overseas, they still actually have bigs.
Yeah.
Like over here, it's everybody's a stretch. Everybody's a
Right.
hybrid.
I'm just focused on the fours for him.
Right.
He's not gonna guard and be.
But most fours are like threes.
What up, Gandy?
You know what I'm saying? Most fours are like threes, and in the league, it really kind of all shifts back the other way. Most fives are kind of like power forwards.
Yeah.
The fours are they coming out, they hitting you with it too. You know what I'm saying?
So
They hitting you with it.
I keep it. You know, I keep it Lakers.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
AD gonna be on the perimeter.
Uncivilized.
But let's say he's 7'5", he's taller than AD. AD is on the perimeter. Now AD will try to go by you, right? And AD can move him out the way. Like you're gonna run into that a lot. Like they're gonna isolate you, and you're good on the perimeter. But ultimately, they're gonna move you out the way and go on the score.
Well, that's the prime time. AD, they say he's going back to the 4 this year. So
Yeah.
that's the type of catch you're gonna be against. Giannis, like catch like that.
AD needs to be at the 4. But before we get into the little Laker talk and all of that, that's when you see how he was like,
I know you're ready for
Yeah.
that, but go ahead.
So now, some of the other players in the summer league that have surprised you in a good way or a bad way. Jabari Smith out of Houston, right?
This is his second year.
Yeah,
Dude, he put up 30, he put up 32, he put up 40. Bro said, I'm here.
I'm glad you mentioned Houston. That's where I was going. This guy on there, last name is Whitmore. I believe he's from, I want to say Penn State, but I don't think I'm right. He's still in the draft. The guy dropped. Remember, I don't know if he was watching the draft together, but he dropped. Something in my mind, I want to say Penn State, but he dropped for God knows why. But come to find out, he had bad workouts or whatever it was.
I know
He's balling for Houston, right alongside Jabari Smith. Kind of slow like dude. Rookie, watch.
But I think we gotta be easy too, because you always have these summer leagues.
I know it's a summer league. I get it.
You know what I mean?
But he's showing you.
I mean,
what
he's
the
showing
ball-
you that he now what I've been paying attention to now because everybody's focused on these two-way players. Like I think a lot of these cats are gonna
That's how they get the
are gonna not just make NBA rosters, but they're gonna be in rotation.
Right.
Like they're gonna take some spots from some of
a couple
these
dudes.
specialists or these cats who don't play defense and these vets and stuff. They're gonna some
Never
of these
prove
cats.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
So you looking for the Bruce Browns, you looking for them cats.
And you notice everybody, like if you're watching the game, well, they signed him to a two-way contract. So if your roster is loaded, like if you're coming off Denver, Denver needs at least 2 players on their roster. Some of these rosters, one might stick. Everybody else wants to the G. Right. Now somebody get hurt, they'll pull you up.
Right.
A lot of these cats, like what's her name, Brown from Kansas for Denver.
Yeah.
Rookie, didn't play right away.
Yeah.
He was the type of two-way dude. So some of these cats that you're looking at, yes, I agree. They're gonna be the same.
And I'll tell you this, because my boy
Bruce Rush.
Antoine Horde that I grew up with, he went and played overseas, right? Never came home, France. His son was with Portland, OKC, but he had a two-way contract. And that's what those players want. They don't want the 10-day.
Right.
Because you get the 10 days here, you're going to get $100 grand, okay. But that two-way, that means you're going to get that G League money, and you get the league money. So if you're going to put me down there, fine. But give me the two-way so I can eat both ways.
Right.
You know, and they get that bag. And that two-way money.
But it gives you a chance.
You living good.
Like, would you rather, like, if you borderline, let's say you're not a starter, you ain't no coming in like that, but you can play, but they roster is stacked for the vets. Wouldn't you want to go to the G League? Let me get my play, let me get my shine, let me get used to the league, so that if somebody gets hurt or whatever, suspended, whatever happens, and they call me up, I'm ready. Instead of just sitting here practicing every day and I'm just sitting on the bench.
That's why they get with Scottie Pippen Jr. They sent him.
Yeah, they sent him to the G League. Right, but it was too many. Perfect example. It was too many vets on
It was too many people touching. No.
You going there with it?
No. I ain't gonna get something. That's slide job.
Not Mrs. Marcus Jordan.
Well, Beasley gone now.
Yeah, but he's in Milwaukee.
There you go.
Hey, Ken Whitmore Jr. who
Villanova. Yeah.
Villanova.
I was close.
Now, Scoop been average. He been average.
You know,
15,
he got hurt.
He got hurt, but he was like 15, 16, you know. Brandon Miller, he started off shaky.
Yeah.
He started off shaky. He been average.
The night he balled out.
Yeah, he did ball out the other night. But I'll tell you this.
He can shoot too.
They young, but in some years, Detroit.
Detroit got it done.
Detroit.
I thought you was gonna keep on shot, but you're right. Detroit got some talent. Keep them together. Keep them together.
And the right coach.
Yeah.
Definitely got the right coach.
Yeah.
Let them grow.
Yes.
That twin dude can hoop, bro. He can hoop, man. He can shoot you. He can take you off the dribble.
Man, listen. Did you see the fast break the other day? He got the steal, gave it up. Dude caught the touch pass. And then he caught it backwards. I was like, man, these little young guys got some bounce. Now, Big Perk say his rookie of the year will not be Vic W. It's going to be Chet. Because Chet didn't play, so technically this is his rookie year.
Technically, yeah. Technically. Because didn't Dave Robson win like that too? Was Dave Robson? Somebody won when they said they didn't play the first year. Was it?
B. Oh, not B.
It might have been David Robinson, because remember, he had to fulfill his Navy.
Show that.
He was drafted.
So he didn't play, so he got rookie of the year.
Yeah, I mean, the eyes
only twins, man.
The eyes gonna be on Wimby. I think I said his name right. Wimby.
That's why I say Vic
Wimby. Wimby. So of course, all eyes are gonna be on him. I think the fortunate thing for him is he's in San Antonio, so he don't get a lot of TV time. Ain't nobody really checking for San Antonio, even though he's there. But I still think the Scoops though.
They're gonna get TV.
I mean, the folks are still on the LeBrons and the Giannis. You know what I'm saying? So they ain't gonna be on. Well, they're gonna get some TNT games, right? The back end of the double.
They ain't gonna
get no right, exactly. They ain't gonna be on the forefront like that, unless they playing one of the other superstars. But I think Scoot Henderson has an NBA game.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes, like, I know some of they know cameras on, everybody watching. You either doing too much.
Right.
You try to look too hard to show. Yeah, you try.
And then everybody is trying to latch on somewhere. If they're not gonna latch on with their team, some other team is watching them, so they're gonna be in there. They can't.
And you got guys you ain't really have no practice time. They just throw you on the roster. Be like, go out there and play. Here's a jersey. Get out there and get to it. You know what I'm saying?
I think Scoot needs to get a jump shot.
It's pro
because he's too dribble reliant and he's over dribbling and he's trying to get to the basket and he's doing all that. Bro, you could have just took the dude backed off. You could just make it pay. Like
He came Russell Westbrook.
He overcommitting, man. He's trying to go to the basket and make that move.
Right.
But you got the guy off you because he's solid. So
No,
he
and he
get
can
that push off,
and he can finish.
and when the guy backs up, right there, boom. The typical AI, get him up off you, bang.
Well, he used to using the glass. Like
that part of his game is going to definitely have to adjust to
you got to be able to shoot now in today's NBA.
But what we got to look at too is, you know, we in this impatient era of sports, right? Everybody wants you to come in right away and ball out. Everybody wants you to come in right away and be LeBron. In football, you'll be Patrick Mahomes as soon as you take a snap. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think it's like we were debating about RJ Barrett the other day in the shop. And when they were talking about the Bulls Knicks deal with Levine, the one that was proposed earlier on, and I'm like, look,
Barrett's come here and ball.
Like, watch Barrett, how he in that fourth, fifth year, like he picking it up.
Right.
Like he didn't come in killing, but he got better every year. Last year
he scares me.
I think he'll come to Chicago and ball.
I think he'll ball.
He scares me, and you know why? He wants to do.
He ain't got no injury history.
Yeah, 0 injuries.
Dude,
He ain't been hurt.
I know. Dame didn't have injury history.
Brown was here.
Dame didn't have an injury-riddled career. At the end, with the spinal tap shit.
Well, he
didn't
got
have
that was Tibbs ran him into the ground.
Right, didn't he give him like mono or something?
I think Barrett getting out of Tibbs' system to come here, freelance offense, he'll kill here.
Yeah.
He and getting away from Julius Randle, the black hole and all that.
Yeah. I used to say Brandon Ingram was the biggest black hole in the NBA.
Not Julius.
It's definitely
Julius Randle.
It's like
Ingram's got a lot. Ingram passed the ball. Ingram,
because he got people around him. But when he first got there,
and he got CJ.
When he first got there,
he's not the black hole no more. Y'all got to give him credit. He's getting better, man. Now you got to give him credit. He's not the black hole no more.
Listen, when Brandon Ingram first got there, he told the trainer to get the ice bath ready. They think he's finna immerse his whole body. He just stuck his arm in there. He just stuck his arm in there, man.
But I brought that up to just say, like, a lot of these young guys we watching, we got to give them a little time. Some of these cats, especially if they can get some playing time, if they can just get in somebody's rotation.
Remember, in our day, it was 3 to 4 years.
Give them about year 3, they'll be like, oh, I remember doing
But then it switched.
But it was about
instant gratification.
Instant. You come in right away and ball out.
Y'all know this. The NBA is about timing and fit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be drafted by a team, and let's say they fire a coach. Well, your type of style was based on his system, not on you, the new coach, not on your system.
Yeah.
So now a guy can't play. It's sort of like football, same thing. Pass happy offense, running back offense, right?
Right.
Pass happy coach come in. Well, now I don't really run the ball like that. Like I pass. I'm Chiefs offense, right? So now the running back, now you got to get out of it. Right. It's the same way with basketball. Like you got to. Sometimes it's about fit. Guys roll two-way players. Maybe they fit here.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a special like Duncan Robinson. He's a perfect example. Duncan Robinson is a shooter. Can't play. He can't guard none of us. Right.
No.
He's a shooter. Well, he is defense. Right. They grimy. Right. That's why he wasn't playing.
That's why he disappeared for a whole year and a half.
And he got back in the rotation. He started hitting his shot. Now we keep him on the floor.
Yeah.
As soon as they single you out and they're going at you,
right.
So 255 guard. Give him the ball.
And the NBA puts you on blast until you stop it every single time.
Well, you know the biggest cat that was ever put on blast was Michael Porter Jr. in the bubble.
Mm.
In the bubble. And every squad said.
But if he was hitting the street, they keep him on the floor.
Right. But what you say?
You just come sit right here next to me. This ain't your night. Right. This ain't
Get embarrassed.
Right. Everybody wanted him. Everybody wanted him.
Oh, yeah, there's zero win on the RB. Who was the Melo's year at the Lakers? A young cat in Houston was like, he went to OT, said, we just gave the ball where Melo was sticking. He literally said, I was like, come on, man, you gonna disrespect the vet like that? Come on, man. Like, whoever he guarded, give him the ball.
Hey, man, it is what it is, man.
Right.
Coaches.
I've seen the league point people out.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen
Come on, man. We've
Like,
all had
you can do. You on the island. You know you can't.
Right.
we all been sitting there and the coach at the chalking board and you got the numbers up there and the coach say, right here, you gonna get the ball tonight. Tell me you ain't been there before.
Never he's guard.
Right.
That is the second most disrespectful thing
Man.
behind a cat just backing all the way up off you like, come on, shoot.
Yeah, Patrick Dunn.
Russell Westbrook, he was doing
Now,
Westbrook. That's the second most disrespectful thing. The whole
That's
whoever
right.
you guarding.
But then that's on you as an athlete. You should have enough pride. You ain't got nothing to do but play basketball. This is your job. You should have enough pride. You know what? Maybe I won't be Steph Curry. But I gotta go work on my shot at least. Maybe I won't take the 3 that they give me, but maybe I can take a couple dribbles and shoot. You cannot just turn your back on me. Like you ain't. That's disrespectful.
Draymond Green was disrespectful.
Oh, very disrespectful.
Now he'll shoot it every once in a while, like Draymond himself would. They treat Draymond like that sometimes too. Now at least he'll pull it. He'll shoot it. But
to turn your back and worry about the passing lanes and the
He went up. He went up.
oh, that's embarrassing, man.
Speaking of Golden State, who is that cat?
Try to tell you, bro. Did I not tell you that?
You
I
did.
just saw the highlights. I ain't seen the
You
game. I
did.
watched the highlights.
I told him. I
You
said
did.
they let Vincenzo, whatever his name is, go because they picked up a dude.
And
Told
Poole with no okay, Poole, see you. We got him.
you. Now,
Dude.
speaking of getting in the lineup, he's gonna get in the rotation
Oh hell yeah.
because he could score more than Gary Payton Jr. He could score more. He ain't the defense player, but
Have
he could
you
score more.
noticed that they stopped playing him in the summer league? He's sitting down now.
You showing enough. You showing enough.
Yeah, you good.
This our best kept secret. We don't
Right.
want
Matter of fact,
bro.
here goes a plane ticket. You come on back to the Bay. You come on back to the Bay and work out with the squad.
Veterans camp starts September.
Now,
Right.
let me ask you this: do you agree with them sitting after the second game pop, pulling Victor Wembanyama out?
Vic, yes, you got it there. You did.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was working on it. I was working on it today. I was working on
I'm not there yet.
Wembanyama.
I say yes and no.
Kev, I say yes.
Say yes.
Just the right. You said yes. It's the right move.
Yes.
I say yes and no.
No.
He has to. Yes, because he technically just came off a basketball season, which is why he sat out that first summer league. He didn't play until.
Yeah, but
I'm not even
that's
going
a
that.
yes part.
I'm not
That's
even going
true.
that route. I'm going a little different. But go ahead.
The no part is you got to get used to playing NBA basketball, bro.
Right.
And if you don't play now, and I'm not saying play him 40 minutes a game, I'm not saying that.
Right.
But he has to get used to playing NBA basketball. You can't sit him out from now until September and then throw him out there in October and say, hey, go and play. Well, you're not used to the speed of the game. You're going to be playing against more vets. You got to get used to how they call the game here.
Well,
Like, it's a lot of stuff, man, you need to learn. You
You're
can't,
right.
like,
You're right.
I had a bad game, good game, and now I'm done for the summer.
You're right.
Well, he's not hurt. Like, bro, you got to play to get better, man. You can't
what
just
was the
protect it.
explanation?
It wasn't.
He never came out with an explanation.
They did not. But
He just said he shut him down.
I'm gonna tell you the explanation.
What was that?
He is not ready. And the reason I say
He ain't
this,
ready for summer league.
no, hear me out. Hear me out. He gotta bulk up. There's some stuff that I watched. Like I say, the stiff back shit. They gotta get. Pop is seeing some shit like, bro.
He is not gonna bulk up till last September.
Right.
He's possible.
So-
if he's playing.
So because he's still,
I'm not
you say he
saying
should play.
not bulk up, but they gotta get his body ready.
He's 7'5".
They are about
What did it do? So because he's stiff, you say he shouldn't be playing. Is that what you're saying? No. Come on, man. You gotta play
look at
basketball.
the
But you gotta get that stiffness out of him.
he's this thin.
Okay, man. Listen to your point.
That first
That's
game
all the
he
more
took,
reason he should be
he
playing.
took the beating of his life like he
So
got
what's
in
been happening in
trouble
September?
September.
Right.
So-
In camp.
Right.
If I'm Pop,
Not the games.
if
In
I'm
camp.
Pop,
Okay.
I'm sitting in my office. I hit that button that sends a text out to the entire team. I need y'all here 4 months, 30 days. We finna work out and we finna play ball. We finna play ball. We having our own camp and we finna play ball 2 times a day. He gonna work out. He gonna have all these. Dude, I just didn't. I don't see him. I don't see him ready.
For
I think
On the NBA level, yes.
But just to to me just
He doing 3 days. He hooping twice a day.
So you didn't want him to play the actual game. You want him to come practice with the team, and that's going to prepare him for the game. Is that your logic?
Because I just didn't see it, man.
The man needs to
I
play, bro.
I just didn't see it, man. I just didn't see
He's
it.
7'5", man. Which is all the more reason he has to get used to
Slide 6'5".
But we talking about people that can play. You gotta get used to playing NBA basketball, man. You gotta get used to it.
I just don't see it, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he has to play.
And then you got the Chet Holmgren thing.
Yeah.
He got hurt.
Don't wish it.
No, I'm not. But a lot of teams, when you invest in a lot, this is going to be your franchise.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a little taste.
Are you home?
Seen him since last year?
What he had
got a little bulk on him now.
Wait a minute. He blocked somebody's shot with his armpit.
Yeah, he bulked up.
Yeah.
But he's still skinny, but he got a
Yeah,
little
he
bulk.
should, but you can tell.
He's
You
strong.
you can tell you're working out.
His frame is a whole lot different from when he came out of his eye.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
I think
But you gotta play basketball.
right. That's what I think you gotta.
You can only protect him
Yeah,
for
that's
so
how
long.
right. You can't hide this dude. Like
Yeah.
the whole world
No
is
more
watching.
pitch,
The world is watching. Put him out there. Let him. Either sink or swim.
Yeah.
Sink or
I
swim,
hear you.
dog. You can't.
I agree with you all, but I just don't think the cat is ready.
Well, he gonna have to
He's
play.
not ready to play NBA basketball.
He'll have to play to get ready. He ain't gonna get ready at home. This ain't like football. You can learn from the sideline. You gotta actually
And
play
then you gotta ask
basketball.
the team to give up the rest of their summer to come help him.
No.
They
No.
gonna be like, who? Lost your mind.
We'll see him in camp.
Like it's not like I said, it's not like the NFL where you can kind of learn from the sidelines. You gotta actually play.
You gotta
basketball.
play. And like I
You
said,
gotta play.
you have to. They call the game different overseas.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
This might be a foul over there. Over here, it's not.
Right.
You gotta get used to that. Like you gotta get used
Goal,
to that.
Actually-
goaltending rules are different.
Actually,
It's
it's a lot. It's the flip side. They call less fouls overseas than they do over here. Because you're trying to protect your stars over here.
Yeah, okay. I get that.
The court is wider.
But so, which furthers my point. You have to play, bro.
Be out there.
You gotta get used to.
I'm not
this.
disagreeing with you.
Like, you gotta
But
get used to the little bumps.
You know,
People do.
Pop is Pop though. You talking about the same man that he's so petty. He didn't like the scheduling, so he sat all his stars on a national televised game. He didn't care about
Didn't
winning.
bring it to the ring.
Didn't even bring
Well,
that's Pop.
That was
So Pop gonna do what Pop do.
Pop.
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
wrong.
Pop gonna do what Pop do.
That's wrong. I forgot all about that.
He was like,
National televised.
you playing back to back all the way. Tim, Tony, Kawhi, Manu, y'all out tonight. Y'all ain't playing. Why? I'm watching. They signed the dude just to play that day. Hey, you want who? Come on, get with me.
Hey man,
Pop go
that
Pop
was
thing.
strong. I forgot all about
He did it a
that.
couple times.
Yeah, when he didn't like the schedule, he like, okay.
His birthday is January 28th.
It's Aquarius. That's Aquarius. Yeah,
Right.
He close to you.
That's Capricornish.
Yeah.
But he's actually Aquarius. That's Aquarius.
He's close.
Capricorn.
So I get it.
I admire it.
I get it. I get it. Hey, so, if you were going to push all your chips on the table, will Dame be in Miami or will Dame be in Portland until before the All-Star break left?
He'll be a man. At the end of the day, when it comes to look at everybody goes to the team they want to go to and that's why they put it out there because not no other team is even going to put it off out there. So Dame said he wants to go to Miami. So why would Boston or Philly or anybody even?
It's gonna take 13.
So he's getting the Lamar Jackson treatment.
No, I don't think it's Lamar Jackson. So
no other team wanted to touch him when he got out there.
Well, yeah, because they knew
Baltimore was on the match.
they knew Baltimore was on the match. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna waste their time for something.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Not wasting your time. So.
But if Dame wants to be in Miami, he's going to be there. The thing is, Miami's trying to get that Utah deal for Donovan Mitchell. Here's the difference, though. Donovan didn't set no destination.
Right, it was assumed he was going to the Knicks.
It was assumed he was going to the Knicks.
But he never
And then
said, "I wanna go
Cleveland,
to
Cleveland jumped in with a bigger bid. So that's what it was.
Spider
The New York
Spider
thing
just
was
wanted out.
right.
Yeah.
But the New York thing was pretty much set in stone.
Yeah.
But then it forced Cleveland and other teams to like up
But
the
if
ante.
somebody want to get something,
Portland don't have that right now.
No.
He snatched their leverage. I want to go to Miami. Point blank period. So if you Miami, you're gonna be like, you're gonna take what the hell I give you. You better take Tyler Hero and these 2 picks and
but it's gonna be a third.
kick rocks.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the Bulls get in. I love to see Tyler Hero there.
The Chicago.
Yeah, send Zach to Portland. Yeah,
Kev, you always said we needed a shooter.
can play off the ball,
Well,
can shoot.
the same dude that you've been trying to get rid of 2 years in a row, you just gave him $40 million. Neither here nor there. But I think you should do the New York deal. I think Barrett will flourish here more so than Hero.
Yeah.
Hero will just come in shooting every time. Barrett would
That
actually.
money,
He's
if
a
they
point guard,
pay,
but you need
who,
to.
just since you brought that up, that money that they pay, that's like throwing a rock in the ocean.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing.
You don't even see a splash.
That's nothing. But
But you can get somebody who can play off the ball. I think he'd be a better fit next to DeRozan.
so where you still in the lane?
Portland.
Oh, the lane goes to Portland.
He goes to Miami,
so,
he
okay,
goes
that's
to
three
Chicago.
teams.
Then the other players in the pitch to make it work out. But so if you're the Bulls, you're gonna end up about. You're gonna probably you may get one of Portland's
Can we squeeze
young guys.
Kobe in there?
They just signed
Why
him.
you just getting the money? You can't trade
They
him.
trade him.
Can we just,
No,
You gave him
they-
$40 million.
Yeah.
Same dude you've been trying to trade 2 years.
Y'all been screwing them to get out of
$40
here for years. They signed him back.
I heard-
So
I was just done.
I hit y'all immediately, so y'all can run it back.
I was done.
So to answer the question, he will be in Miami, and he'll be in Miami before either during training camp or before the first game of the year. Here's why. A, like you said, no leverage. He wants to go to Miami. He's a star. He's going to Miami. No different than Harden went to Brooklyn.
Mhm.
Harden went to Philly.
AD went to the Lakers.
AD went to the Lakers. It's gonna happen. You cannot bring him back.
Right.
Because now, the longer you wait, the worse it gets. Right? Now, I've been loyal to y'all. I asked y'all one thing to do. Now you're gonna bring me. Now you're gonna tell me you're gonna wait till whenever. Right? Now you expect me to come back and be professional and be on the court. Now, you first of all, you said if it takes months, it takes months. You don't say that publicly because now my captain heard that. So now I've been loyal to you, but I blame Dame too, and I'm gonna see if y'all agree with this. You should have been out of Portland. You chose to stay there and take the max.
Oh yeah, him and Bradley be on.
You should have been out there. But you stood there and took the max. So they gave you $250 million, whatever it is, right? So now they got a right to say, no, we're gonna get what we properly want.
Well,
When we're ready, we're ready.
I don't blame him for taking the max. Because now
I mean, you take the max,
Yeah,
but
I got
now it's hard to trade you because of your
this gives
salary.
me a chance to have old money in my family and my kids' kids and kids' kids.
No doubt,
Money. So
no doubt. He's earned
I don't-
that.
Yeah. I
But
don't blame
now
him.
you make it hard to trade you, right?
But Cam, the other side of that
So-
though is that, but like you said, they shouldn't have said nothing about if it takes months or 10 months. They all do that. Everybody, it's a chess game, right? It's chess. I'm gonna say, look, just because he say he gonna go here, we ain't gonna. What's the name said the same thing? Houston with the Harden deal.
Yeah.
We ain't in no rush. They gonna take it. It's gonna happen.
Okay, watch this. Here's the uncomfortable. We come to camp, right? I'm Dave. Y'all my teammates.
before camp.
It should be
Yeah.
to not cause it.
I think
Because now, if he sits out and say, well, I ain't coming back to y'all trade me, my money guaranteed, now that's a fiasco. Y'all as my teammates got to answer questions because of me. Well, what's going on with Danny? What do y'all think? That's a headache, bro, to bring back to camp. Make the damn deal happen. Do what you got to do. You'll never get complete value for Danny.
No,
Ever.
especially when he already said exactly where it's going. But Miami saw this, back in the draft. They let Gabe free agents. Let Gabe Vincent walk.
They cleared space.
They cleared out for him.
Yes.
So we kind of knew what was going on. Like, all right, they opened it up for Dame. So they knew.
But now it's about what Miami can offer.
Right. So, but like I said, a third teams don't have to get involved. Like I said, I'm hoping it's the Bulls. Then they talking about was it Indiana? There was another team they were talking about getting that deal too.
They said because one of the trades wasn't complete first yet, as of a certain date. So Miami was trying to jump. Man, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was.
There's another team. They was gonna jump in and add a pick or something to complete the.
Mhm.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But they don't. But you do that before cap. Don't bring this man back and expect him to show up. The man say he won't out. Don't do that, man.
But you know, and honestly, I think I think it was mutual, right?
Yeah, it was time.
I think it was
time.
It was time. I think it was handled poorly by
Well, they went public with it though.
the front office and Dane, because behind closed doors they was talking. You know, before the draft, they was like, Dane, we're gonna try to get this piece, and this, and then what you did in the draft, he's like,
but you just not what we talking about. Position.
That's not what we talked about.
I'm going public.
Okay, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Right.
So that's
what
the disconnect and the communication went totally left.
That's
and they went left
when
he thought we was all going down the same street.
That was the same thing that like the Packers did with Aaron Rodgers. All
True.
When you're the organization, you don't want your fan base to think you're just giving up. Yeah. So you gotta like make it so uncomfortable. You're gonna demand a trade. No, we love him, but he wants out. It's not us.
Right.
He wants to go.
But like you said,
you force his hand.
Right.
Now, I remember what the money was saying the whole time. You gotta remember this. Green Bay is gonna get.
What up, Pineapple? Thanks for checking in.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna give me what I want. Or he's on our roster. Or you give me what I want. So whatever the Jets ponied up finally and did, Green Bay was satisfied with. But Green Bay was like, Aaron Rodgers was trying to put it on them. Like, we not already talked about that. I told him where I wanted to go.
There was a lot of he said, she said.
And like I said, organization got to save face. And then, like, I think
the fans ain't mad.
Because here's the weird thing with the Dane thing. They just met. They really just had a meeting. And after the meeting, that was a good meeting. And then 2 days later, it was a trade to me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know if it's something between them with both save face. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then the fans turned on Dame anyway. As soon as it came out, Twitter went crazy.
Yeah, but for what?
Exactly.
That man deserves.
Exactly.
If he wants out, he deserves.
Twitter, they turn on him just like that.
So, I really wish I could sit down with the front office with the Bulls and ask, why did it take them so long to request a medical exception? Is it a certain time frame?
I thought he had to
on
be
the contract.
He had to officially be ruled out.
He was ruled out last year.
And then like
he was ruled out this
year. Like 2 seasons though. Remember the first it was like halfway through the season.
Halfway through the season.
So I think it's.
I gotta
look it up. If somebody out there ain't got my glasses
right, if somebody out there, you never had your glasses on.
Well,
does it have to be officially 2 years?
I think it's
right.
like 2 years.
Is there some type of stipulation to file for that medical exception? Because my God.
Because a lot more teams would do it.
The question is, what y'all gonna do with the $10 million?
We late in the game.
You gonna go get a suit? No, somebody's still out there somewhere.
There's some people out there, but it's people out there worth that $10 million.
Yeah, that's been the whole thing.
But I'm just saying, bro.
What they still
we late in the game.
Still need another point guard.
Point guard. I mean, Javon Carter, he's
rotation player.
Okay. So you need a point guard.
What is he?
Did they bring Ayo back?
What is he?
No, they did not.
He's a 10.
They didn't bring Ayo back, right?
They did not. Why is that?
Ayo is back.
No, he's not.
He's still on a contract.
No, he's a free agent.
No, he's still out there.
He's a free agent.
Hold on.
He out there. Tristan Wood is out there. There's a couple people that Kelly
Ayo.
No, sir.
His rookie contract is 3 years.
He's a free agent.
He's a second round
dude.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Bro, so my question is this. If you bring in Javon Carter, you already got the rookie that's playing in Summer League now from Arizona, which they probably going to play him this year. Nice to do from Arizona.
Yeah, they got to keep him.
They got to keep him.
So
I might have been, because of guards, he might have been odd man out.
The rookie from last year
from
that never got off.
He's playing now. In Summer League, he's playing right now.
Dalen Carter, baby.
No, from Arizona. Yeah. They have to play him this year because now you got to see if you're going to keep him or not. But Ayo might have been guard-wise, and they brought back Kobe White. Dude, he might have been the odd man out. Might have been. I'm just saying. Wow. But you got an extra 10. So will you do right by him, bring him back? You do need a point guard. He can actually bring the ball.
I think he's
if they don't take a hard look at Christian Wood, something wrong.
For though.
They don't need it.
Plus the Lakers already talking to him, so you might be.
The Lakers only got the veteran.
They only got the veteran. They got that veteran.
Who you said 1 year, buddy? You be closer to winning.
But he only got that. All he got is that vet. The Bulls could offer him more, but I mean, does Christian Wood fit the Bull? What's the fit?
They need
He can. Well, he's a stretch. What 4?
They need
He's
really
four.
somebody that can score when they doubling on the guys.
Yeah. Okay, now that I think about it, yeah, Christian Wood would.
But Kelly Oubre is up there. Dude, I seen the list.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. Right. I was shocked. I'm
out
like,
there,
man, he's still out there.
I understand that.
Kelly gonna get picked up right before
Probably would.
somebody's
I
camp.
agree. He probably would.
What about Bo?
Bobo going to Famous. He signed with Famous.
Did he sign him?
Yes.
I thought they bought him in. I didn't think they signed
I thought he
him.
was going to China.
Dude, Richard Jefferson said something funny last night. It was the funniest ever. He said, all these players are playing for other teams. He said, when you watch the Phoenix Suns, that's their whole bench. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. He said, you're actually watching their bench. He was like, am I lying though? And the other announcer was like, man, come on. He was trying to fail. He said, you're actually watching their whole bench.
If you watch Richard Jefferson, man, he say some disrespectful shit.
He does.
A lot.
And ESPN layoffs ain't over yet. Be easy. Be easy, fam. The layoffs ain't done. Still, they ain't done yet. Still got some more people on that block, boy.
Hey, Lefty, you got a question from Reno. Rhino Nash.
Rhino.
Is the shop open?
On the show. It's supposed to be. We back here. You gonna ask me in front of my wife? Oh shit.
Bring your ass, man. Bring your ass.
I know, what up though?
Basically, that's what we tell you. Bring your ass. All right, man.
Can we get to this
Left.
please? I'm ready.
Yeah, that's gonna take a lot of time.
Okay.
Get to the shit.
You brought it up, man.
Get to the shit.
And Kev, I'll let you go ahead and tell the people about, bring them up to speed, Northwestern football, NCAA football program. Oh man, do you call it scandal? Do you call it stupidity?
Yeah.
I don't know what you want to call it.
I'll call it scandal. So America, as you've been watching, earlier this week, the Northwestern coach, Pat Fitzgerald, got fired. Alleged scandals over the years. There's been players coming out saying, hazing of the sexual nature, which is why. So they've done a
Weird stuff.
racial. Right. First of all,
Go
I'm gonna get to that.
Go ahead.
I'm
It was the weirdest shit I saw. Like, what the fuck is this?
I'm gonna address that. But he got fired. They kept his staff together, which means the assistant coaches and things like that. God knows why. But they fired the head coach.
When you finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on all of it. That's why I'm ready to go. Allegedly, it trickled down to the baseball team too, because the baseball coach got fired as well. So this has been going on in Northwestern. Now, Pastor Fitzgerald has been there, if my math is correct, 19 years. Is that correct?
Total of 26.
Total of 26. So
He's
he's been a player,
players over 26
assistant,
years.
and head coach.
26 years.
Right. So you pretty much the face
Oh yeah. He's a
of
god.
Northwest. A god.
God in
Right? So you tell me, they did an investigation last year, which concluded this year, that not only an incident recently, but there's been incidents over the years that's been going on as far as hazing on the football team. Right? Now, I've heard of hazing. We've all been in college. I've heard of hazing, right? But I've never heard of hazing on the, sexual orientation. No, sexual assault.
The naked
Yeah.
locker room thing still bothers me.
I don't understand.
I don't get that. So if it's
I'm
hazing,
confused. I'm confused.
I get the scenes messing with the freshmen sometime, and they
Carry the bag.
carry jokes, stuff like that. That's what happens in years. It happens in basketball too. But in football, I don't get it. And I want to phrase this by saying, hey, if you was a victim, man, I get it. I mean, no disrespect. But as far as hazing, anytime, the sexual thing comes out, like anything, you put popcorn in my locker or something, man, and you can, it's a joke. It's hazing. I get it. Senior, freshman, junior, freshman. I get it, man. Walk on. I get it. Anything has to do with sexual. Like that means you actually either pulling out something,
that's
making
criminal.
Like I don't understand. And I don't understand.
Anything sexual is criminal, man.
Yes, automatic, right? But who's going for it? Like so I'm gonna allow you to do this just so I can get on the team, so I can remain on the team. Like anything sexual, I didn't past the sexual. I didn't hear anything about physical assault after that, right?
But
that's what it should be.
They direct this towards the, I don't want to say, okay, I got the word for it. The people that got low self-esteem. They direct to those individuals and the individuals that are trying to be a part of something.
Are you talking walk-ons? Are you talking, because it can be scholarship players.
Scholarship players can be, emotionally, upset as well.
Okay. Let me say this.
Don't have that strong minded like you would, like I would, like Sean would. Sean, if you want to pop in, man, and just talk to us, man, a little bit on your thoughts, because you play college football and this hazing thing. Did you experience that as well? I know, it's just baffling us when it comes to the sexual nature in the locker room, man. Right there, you getting these hands.
Automatic. So maybe Sean can speak on the football part, because I know about the basketball hazing, but maybe Sean can speak on the football part. Maybe it's different. I don't know.
Good morning, gentlemen. Afternoon. There was.
I caught you off guard, Sean, man, but I appreciate you because we trying to get an understanding of this, man. Really.
There was. So back for me, I went to Holy Cross, very similar to Northwestern, much smaller than Northwestern, but a great academic school. We actually have a much better football program historically than Northwestern, but I digress.
You just had to throw that
hazing.
Neither here nor there.
Just had to throw that in. Had to let that. Just a cheap plug. Let them know where football-wise we're better. But anyway, the hazing that we had to deal with was nothing like this. All right. It was, I had to carry the smelly, sweaty shoulder pads and helmets and soaked undershirt of All-American in front of me. Okay. They had to sing the fight song in the meal hall, the mess hall. In front of and not just in front. Sometimes we did it in front of right before team meetings, so it's just the football players. Other times, other position leaders had their freshmen in their position do it in the mess hall, down in the dining hall in front of the student body. Okay, fine, cool. I think it's important, and I had this conversation. It's funny. I had this conversation last night about 11 o'clock with a friend of mine, and it's once hazing becomes deviant, then there's a problem. All right, if you put people in physical harm, there's a problem.
That's a great word.
Like I'm even okay with taping the kids to those goalposts, just as long as it's not 150 degrees out and these guys are gonna die of dehydration. You know what I mean? And part of it is this. It reminds me of, if you remember, A Few Good Men. All right, Colonel Jessup, played by Jack Nicholson. All right, and how his way of making sure his subservience did what he said. All right, there were some that when he went too far. I think Pat Fitzgerald went too far. I don't know if he went too far or he let it go too far. But my thing is this, that you need to – they're trying to get everybody on the same page and make sure that you understand this is not about you. Okay? There's a level of humbling that goes on, which is part of hate, which is, I think, one of the big reasons of hazing. Because if I tell you I need you to run down to do this, I need you to run down and take out – obviously we could take out the wall back then. We can't do that now. But I need you to run down and take out the wall and kick off. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need to know that I can count on that. All right. You need to be humble. It basically break you down to build you back up. I think what happened in Northwestern is Pat just let it go too far. I mean, let's not forget, Pat was a player there. He was assistant coach and he was a player there. So he went through stuff like this. All right. So for him to say that he didn't know what was going on, yeah, I don't know. He might not have known everything that was going on. That I can agree. That I agree with. All right. But I think what he should have done was said, hey, listen, if it gets, once he heard rumors, could believe me, he would have heard them before. That's where he should have addressed the team and said, hey, listen, juniors, seniors, if it's getting a little crazy, you can't be dry humping people, you can't be doing this, you can't be doing that, no Lakers stuff, because as time goes on, people have gotten more, there'll be more and more whistleblowers than back in the early 2000s, in the 90s, and the 80s. There's someone, there was going to be somebody who's going
to be 4 players came.
And somebody did. And,
So,
I don't, as far as him, unfortunately, he had to go. All right, it's your watch, whether you knew about it or not. I think he knew that stuff was going on, but not what was going on. But the thing that bugs me is everybody's calling him all types of names. And here's the reason. Here's where I get a little annoyed by it. And again, I'm prefacing by saying yes, he had to go, hands down. People are saying he should have known what's going on. He should know everything in the program. He should. And my resolve to a couple of people in this conversation was this: do you know when your daughter first had sex? Do you know when your son first had sex? Do you know when your son first smoked weed? Do you know when your son first carried a gun? Do you know when your son first got his first fight? Do you know all these things? The answer to that is no. As a parent, you're in charge of 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8 kids, depending on how crazy your parents got. You know what I mean? This guy's in charge of 110 kids from all over the country, different backgrounds, different walks of life, different socioeconomic status. You create the environment, but you can't control what every single person and know what every single person does. You have to hope that the environment you create is good enough or strong enough to prevent kids, young men, from doing stupid shit. And it didn't in his case. But I don't think it's criminal. I don't think some people are really, they're going in on it. They're going in on Fitz. Okay? But look at home. Think of all, and I asked, think of all the stuff you did that your parents had no idea that you did. You know what I mean? And this guy's he's not even at home. He's on a campus. This is a big ass campus. If you ever been to Northwestern? Northwestern's a nice campus.
Yeah, it is. Really nice campus.
So there's a lot of.
You're 19 years old, Sean. Come on now. Sean, I agree with you, Sean. But you the man there.
He's the face. He's the face of the program.
He's the face of the program.
He was a former player, so you got to know that
it's gonna go. But Kev,
come on, man.
Kev, listen. If the coach don't know everything,
your
assistants know way more than you. And
so why they still?
They're still there because if you get rid of the whole coaching staff, you have torn. You might as well just say cancel the season.
You suspend the football team.
You suspend the whole season.
You can't. You can't.
Because it's the same thing that Penn State had to do. I get it. Same thing Penn State had to do. It kept some of those individuals. Those individuals won't be there next year.
I get it. Here's the
thing.
But
you can't. Here's the thing that you can't. He literally can't. He shouldn't know about it. All right. He probably there's the thing called plausible deniability. Like I said, he probably knows something's going on because he went through it, and it's not even a different school. It's the same school.
Currently happening.
Okay, there's plausible deniability. Like, okay, if you're hazing these guys, I don't know, and maybe he got hazed the same way.
Because typically,
maybe he got hazed the same way. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just. Maybe these guys took it too far. We don't. I don't know. We don't know.
Well, it's the same ritual, like year to year to year. So, like, I do agree. I think he knew, but I think now when you. He knew some form of hazing.
He probably didn't know the nakedness.
But the whole naked
dry humping.
So I got assistants.
Dry humping. Yeah. It's weird even saying this.
Right. It's weird to even allow it, number one. But then let me get my assistants on. I'm hearing stuff's getting back to me. I'm the man. I've been there 19 years. I agree. I shouldn't know every single thing. No, it's impossible. I get it, Sean. You got people coming in and out every year. I get it. But ultimately, that's why you got your assistants. There can't be 4 players that then came out over the years. I'm not saying recently, but over the years, and you have no idea that it's sexual stuff going on. Not just regular hazing, like you said, carry bags and stuff, but there's sexual stuff going on. A, it was allowed. B, it had to trickle down somewhere, and that's why you pay your assistants. So I don't understand how you fire the head coach and you leave the same assistants there that had to know what was going on also. I get it, it's a month before the season. I get it, it's a drastic move. And it affects the students. I would hate to be a student affected. But if they shut the football program down for this year, I totally understand. Hell, if they fire the AD, I totally understand.
But you do understand.
I get it. That's how this trickles down. That's how it goes in college.
Hurts the kids.
Totally get that. I totally get that. I totally get that. It hurts the kids, and if I was a senior.
Everybody, here go Erica. Tell me what's up to the people, Erica. You know I was going to put you on blast.
I used to really like you.
I would hate that, man. I would hate that, especially being a senior. If they tell me, so Sean, you're a senior.
Season suspended.
Sean, you're a senior. And because of everything that's going on, and we can't hire a coach right now, I gotta suspend the season until I can investigate. Because I think
portal closed.
It's closed already. No, they can immediately hit the portal and be eligible because coach got fired. They said that.
Okay.
Yeah, coach fired.
Okay, Sean, you're a senior. They say unfortunately because of everything that's going on, they about to fire the AD. They fired the coach. We can't possibly keep the assistants because somebody is going to come out and say one of them assistants knew it. They shut the season down. You're a senior. How would you feel? Out of your control, but how do you feel?
I'm like shit.
Yeah, it'd be horrible. It'd be probably the worst thing in my football career, because especially if you are getting looks, and here's the thing: some people don't develop until their senior year. The only chance, hell, I played behind 2 All-Americans, bro, and I understand because what happened to me is we got a coaching change. And they got a new, and it was my turn to be the man at Holy Cross. I played behind 2 All-Americans. All right, I got a lot of tick as a junior. I made a name for myself. This different thing happens. There was no thing as a portal back then. I might have jumped in the portal had something like that happen my senior year. But at this particular point in 2023, you hop in the portal. All right, you reach out to some coaches who run a system similar to what Northwestern ran, or you look for guys who need an upgrade in at the position you play, and you reach out to those guys. That's the best thing I would say for this talk right now, because it's jacked up. It is jacked up. It's FUBAR. It's effed up beyond all recognition.
I think Northwestern needs to be a little more forthcoming too.
Well, you also got to realize too, with them being in a big team, you don't know like what contract obligations they have, stuff like that. I mean, as far as it's like suspended whole season, like they not know the small conference, they're in a big team.
Okay,
so it could be some type of you don't know what obligations.
That's a great point, Jabari. That's a great point.
Right, they got
all the money. All the money.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah,
so I'd rather have a nobody or a defensive coordinator or interim guy run the season, have the games. There's money involved. There's TV contracts involved. They got the Big Ten network. You can't just knock out 11 games, 12 games. That's a great point, Damani. Great.
And then they would have to shift the schedule.
Yeah, I just think
that makes sense. But I'll say this, Sean. Northwestern needs to be a little more forthcoming. Because you can't do an investigation.
100% agree.
We're going to suspend them 2 weeks. A day later, you say, you know what, we tripped. I think that should have been longer.
That was a huge
48 hours.
That's because once stuff start coming out.
Right, but you haven't brought everything out yet.
Alumni pressure is coming out is huge.
Listen, you know what they did?
You're right.
You know what happened?
Yeah, I agree.
Remember what happened? Remember the timing. This came out on Friday. They're hoping to slide it in on Friday. Okay, have a couple murders and shit happening in the city of Chicago where people start talking about, man, there are 13 killed this weekend. X amount of people killed this weekend. Right. This week, the NASCAR, this festival, such. They wanted this to just sweep it under the rug. But this is why it happened on a Friday, and it didn't. It didn't happen. It gained a lot of momentum. a lot of people saw like, whoa, hold on. Why are you firing? Why are you giving this guy a 2-week suspension in the middle of the summer when there's still football activities going on and he's going on vacation? What kind of something ain't right in Denmark because he's going on vacation and you're giving him a 2-week unpaid suspension and he's already going on vacation? What does that do? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. But they want to show you're right, KDL. They definitely need to be more forthright. All right, but hey, remember, you're dealing with PWIs, predominantly white institutions. They're going to cover stuff up like a son of a gun. Like a son of a gun.
Yeah. Take the smoke because when you try to duck and dive all of this, man, take the smoke because it looks even worse.
Because another one of these players is going to come out and get paid to do his interview. It's going to come out.
I still wanted to talk about this a little bit more on the Big Ten level. Sean, I know we will need to take a commercial, so take us to a commercial. We're going to come back, chop it up some more on this, because is there an issue in the Big Ten? Because this is the third program that has
every school.
But I'm just saying that it came out nationally like this. You had Iowa, you had Penn State. I don't care when it happened.
That wasn't no
it's
hate.
been happening.
That was racial.
It's happening,
That was
man.
rape.
It's happening, bro.
I think it was racial and they kept the coach. That's different. No, they fired him.
We jam on
we jam on when we get back, man. So take us to the commercial, man. Hey, let's keep this smoke in the air. Literally.
Literally. Dude, supposedly so.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings.
I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
Yeah, hello. I'm really not sure if this is what you all do, but I really don't have anywhere else to turn.
Hi. I don't even know why I'm calling right now. I'm sorry. My thoughts are going a mile a minute.
My kids are out of state. My buddies from the Army are all gone now. I'm really alone.
I left the service last year. My mom just passed away a few months ago. I miss so much time with her. I keep getting calls about the bills, and I'm trying to get a job, but I feel so stuck.
Okay, ma'am. I'm glad you called.
Okay, sir. Let's stay on the line and walk through some things.
Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hey, it's your boy, the Superback, Sean Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
One of the football players.
was a football
player. Yeah, he was on Channel 9.
Oh, I thought that was...
Dude, all this shit is gonna come out. We in the age of we gotta find
man.
out.
We back, man. And as we was chopping it up about this Northwestern thing, and I kind of brought it out there, you know, you had things that happened at Penn State. Well, that was just, that was criminal rape.
Right, that was
then you had the systemic racism at Iowa with the strength and conditioning coach. You know, Big Ten been put on blast for criminal things in the last 15 years a lot. Yeah. Now, you did mention this happens all over, but it's really, and it hit the Big Ten harder than any.
Not the rape.
Okay, like not the rape. But it hit the Big Ten harder than it has hit any other power conference. And it's like, man, who policing this stuff, man?
Well, the commissioners.
The
commissioners, the heads of the coaches.
So that at individual schools, that falls on the AD, the athletic program, which is why they got rid of the baseball.
That don't fall on the conference. I don't think that
don't fall on the conference. But if too many instances, I think I know where you're going with it. If too many instances keep happening,
right?
And in the Big Ten meetings, hey man, what the hell going on? Like, it ain't their fault.
Right.
But ultimately it has to, there's a chain of command that has to happen. No different than the coach had to go. Right?
Exactly.
Now, if you run a program where there's several instances going on, then eventually the AD gotta go. That's just how it goes. So they'll start with the coach. If more stuff come out, be like, oh, this was the culture here?
Right.
How many years has it been going on? Goodbye. That's how college works.
And let's face it, when you talking Big Ten, it really hasn't been the faces of the Big Ten. Ohio State, Michigan. It hasn't been them yet. Let's hope it doesn't. It doesn't. But as of now, Iowa known Big Ten school, but not like they're not the face of the Big Ten. Northwestern, of course.
So you're saying it's not Ohio State and Michigan?
Right. Now, if it was you talking Ohio State, Michigan, these stories would have been plastered all over ESPN. Now you're the Big Ten, you're embarrassed. Like, hey, hold on, meet me.
Yeah. So we doing hazing. Here's what kills me about this. We doing hazing. It's and I know it's hazing going on everywhere I get it. But you hazing at Northwestern, man, and y'all 1 and damn 11. What are we like, dude? I look, man. It's just
there's a fun side of things, and I know like basketball is a little different. We had we was varsity with Jerry G. When Jerry G came in fresh, and we called him like baby nuts and shit like that. But we like baseball, football is physical. Yeah, we push around practice a little bit. You know what I mean?
Like, basketball baby nuts was classic.
Baby nuts was classic.
It carried over.
Yeah, we called him baby nuts
until he wrapped us all in practice. That's right.
Shout out to G, man.
Yeah, but so that is. It's normal because it's the fun side of it, right? So it's and coaches they want you to have a little fun. They want their players to be a little loose, have a little fun, especially in the off season and stuff like that. When you start going to the extent that they're going to. Now, and look at it from the young players' perspective. You don't want to be the whistleblower as a freshman.
It's true.
As weird as it is and all that, you don't want to be the one that go tell your parents. Mm-hmm. Listen, this because it's the same way people go through it with fraternities and sororities, right? They want to be a part of something so bad that they take it.
I said that.
They take it, and you know how it is in sports. Once the locker room is the locker room, right? It's stay in the locker. It's in the locker room. Now it ain't supposed to get weird like that.
I'm a locker room dude. I get it. Yeah. However, you're not doing anything sexual to me.
I get that.
Like I'm not, bro. You're simply not, man.
Ain't nothing naked going on at all.
Nothing.
Like naked.
Nothing, man. Like look, I can't go back to Harvard. And somebody, keep it real. You went to college and whatever. So you just let it ride,
right?
Like that's not
college or prison.
Now I get to carrying the bags, man.
You could call me, bro. I rode up.
You could have called me.
Rolled up there.
That would have never happened. Like that's what the type of reaction. So I want to be a part of the team. I get the frats, and so I get all that. I know about all that. Trust me. But there's nothing like outside of carrying a bag, public, like signs saying all that. I get all that, right? But anything sexual, bro. Like I don't, and they're not being specific with it. Probably check the victims, whatever.
Because look, it couldn't have been nothing criminal, because that would have came out already. but no one was raped.
Well, nothing came out.
And from what I understand,
They wasn't even talking about it.
It was some old. From one of the stories I heard was they made them get naked and like hike the ball between their legs and some weird shit like that. Yeah, it wasn't no like mothers getting raped.
My man
like
Sweet speaking in on this man.
Sweet's in the building.
Got dark real quick.
Sweets came in and it got dark. He's out with dark with it real quick. But no, that's what they were saying. That's so when they were saying sexual because it was some naked shit going on. It wasn't nobody getting.
So it wasn't no assault.
It wasn't no sexual because it would have been criminal. You know what I mean? Yeah, it would because now you gotta bring the police in. So it's not to that extent. So when they say sexual, it's just some. I don't understand.
Some of the other stuff that they had. Some of the other stuff that they had was they were if a freshman screwed up or something, somebody screwed up in practice, they said that one of the unnamed victim said that at one point Fitz held his hand over a freshman who screwed up in practice. All right, basically to calling out some of the seniors like, hey, I get this one. And then what happened was, they all I guess in their underwear or their jock straps or whatever in the locker room, they were like dry humping them. All right, that was one of the things that.
But I thought you didn't know about it.
No, this is what I read in the report. This is what I read in the report.
I'm just saying. Bro.
And so they. And also, and then you talked about the naked stuff. They had naked quarterback center exchange, which you were talking about.
Yeah. That's what
and there was one other thing. I think there was something else naked. So it had gone too far. In the locker room, stuff like that, you have to know about that. But I tell you, coaches aren't in the locker room a lot. They're not in the locker room a lot. They leave that to the players. They have their offices. No.
They had their lives. They got wives.
I mean, they were going to have somebody in there after that.
No assistants knew. No assistants knew. I get the head coach can.
How many times we been in the locker room and it was no coach in the locker room?
A lot of times.
I'm saying. A lot of times we in the locker room with no coach.
Man, we had parties and stuff happening.
No, usually assistants, and I'm just speaking from my personal experience. No, assistants were never in the locker room. After practice, if they did, they'd walk through it, but there was a way around the locker room that you can get to the offices, and that's what just about all the assistants did. A couple guys would walk through the locker room into the training room and then out the other way, but no, there were no assistants in there hanging out. No, watching, monitoring, no. So
in 19 years, ain't nobody never heard of nothing. Hey, Tim Smith, I want to address this. You would have heard of physical assault if that would have happened, but carry on. So, Sean, I get it. You can't lay eyes on everything. I 100% agree with you. Coaches ain't in the locker room like that, neither are assistants. It's a lot of you were with your teammates more than you were with your assistants. Totally get that. You're right. But in 19 years, you telling me there wasn't a head coach, there wasn't an assistant coach, because assistants come and go. The assistants ain't been there 19 years. Assistants rotate, right? No one has heard of none of this that's been going on in 19 years. If Fitzgerald was a player, they probably been doing that before he even started coaching.
It could have been a situation where they kind of told, hey, guys, chill out. They didn't want to go public with it. Keep that, hey, hold it down.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, y'all doing too much now, chill. Mm-hmm. Not knowing it was going to reach this level to where now it's public, it's news. You know. No, we've had coaches tell us, hey, y'all doing too much. Like, chill out.
You scarred.
We ain't never been doing this.
Right. No,
you scarred a player for life.
Well, that's what he should have done. That's what Pat Fitzgerald should have done. In the case, in a sense of self-preservation, you got to know the room, and the room meaning the current climate of 2023. Like if you knew that this was going on, okay, then you got to tell your seniors and your juniors, whoever leading this, activity, you got to have to cut it out, because if this gets out, my ass is on the line and I'm getting fired. Okay, that's what he should have got ahead of it. And one of the teams say, hey, listen, I've been hearing some things. All right, we got to stop it. This has to stop. Period. End of story. If I hear another person, dry humping somebody or making a guy, a naked quarterback quarterback center exchange, you're out of the program. He needed to get ahead of it, and he didn't.
Somebody got to be on the registry.
So you telling me there's not one assistant coach. I'm gonna get off the head coach for a second. There's not one assistant coach that heard this was. So did nobody know this was still going on? Assistants, trainers.
I mean, nobody.
Nobody.
I'm pretty sure.
In 19 years.
I'm pretty sure people knew.
They know, man.
I'm pretty sure people knew, but you.
So why the assistant coach is still there? So that's the problem, man.
I mean, yeah, I get it, but like you said, at this point, you can't fire a whole damn coaching staff.
Right.
The season finna start.
They won't be there
4 weeks.
by the time the season ends. They won't. They right now. They interviewing cats to take their job.
They're a month away. I get it. You can't address.
And whoever the new head coach is gonna be, gonna bring his staff.
Anyway.
Well,
right now, old boy's an intern. He's not getting
the defensive.
Yeah,
you also have to understand this.
Wasn't he a new DC? That hadn't been.
Listen, you also got to understand this. If you're the assistant coach that brings this to light, okay, that's going to follow you wherever you go.
Blackball.
Okay.
Yep.
Blackball.
The coaching fraternity is extremely incestuous. You know, people know people from their GA jobs, and they go on to do phenomenal things. So some people in the protection of their career,
I get it.
as far as assistants, probably just turn the other eye, which is why a lot of coaches don't go through the locker room. So they, again, plausible deniability. If I can get to my office this way, I'm going this way, because they don't want anything that turns over the apple cart could be career suicide for them.
I get it. Now what happens, Sean, when one of these players, because we in the year of 2023, people are gonna dig and dig and dig till they find out exactly what happened. That's why I said Northwestern should have been more forthcoming. What happens when one of these players does an interview on WGN like a dude did last week and say, no, I told such and such coach this, or I confided in such and such coach, not Fitzgerald, one of these assistants that's been coming out throughout the years. What happens when that happens?
Now the debt goes up.
They get embarrassed.
But
they get embarrassed. And listen, here's the thing. Remember, the main character, the main victim, has been on record by told a couple of people his main job was to get Fitz fired. Yeah. That was his agenda. Okay. He may not be happy with it. He may say, or someone else may say, hey, listen, I want the whole program I want them with the death penalty.
You heard.
And what better way to get the death penalty than come out and say if they had died? And remember, words are very powerful.
Yeah.
So when you say you're dry humping somebody, great. When you say they sexually assaulted me, that takes a whole different context and takes it from one level up 5 or 10 levels. And so if someone has the agenda to get that program shut down, all they need to do, you're right, is get an interview with whoever's the top dude now or woman to interview, ESPN or whatever, and you talk about and you keep using the word sexual. You keep using the word sexual. I was sexually violated, sexually molested, sexually assaulted. You keep using that. That's going to beat in a term to the public, and definitely to the brass of Northwestern, and most importantly, to the boosters.
Yeah.
Well, those boosters, the alumni is one that probably pushed the guy out of it, which is why you're the chancellor, or president, whoever was. You know what? I gave him 2 weeks. Maybe that was a little too short.
Yeah, but
48 hours later, he was gone.
But that type of situation, somebody got to take a fall, and it got to be a big name. It couldn't be an assistant coach.
Right.
It couldn't be the
It couldn't even be the whole coaching staff.
It had to be
the head coach.
100%.
Especially him being the face of that program. He had to go.
He's making noise because he's trying to keep his money.
But like Sean was saying, when you start certain words you use, like you always talk about, like in legal stuff, like pay attention to what they charge you with. Kids over there like grills. But pay attention to legal terms. So you start hearing trafficking, RICO, like certain words, you're like, oh shit. So when you hit sexual, instantly it's like,
So
oh,
they got you going on.
you're like, oh, it's not like exactly. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay attention.
You sound triggered when you
So
say
you-
Rico.
Man, you did. You fed like wire on and stuff. But no, I'm just saying when you gotta like when people start those certain words, you talk about kids and using terms like sexual. Oh man, this could get ugly. Now imagine if this was Ohio State. Like ESPN tested a little bit. You ain't heard too much about it. If this is Ohio State, this on Fox, ESPN all day, every day.
But now you're talking about the money makers of the conference.
Yeah,
Northwestern
Michigan.
It would have been longer.
Okay.
It would have been longer on those
You're
things.
talking about Ohio State and Michigan.
It would have been longer on those platforms. It was on ESPN.
No,
It was on ESPN. It was
No,
it led.
I mean,
No, he's
Yeah,
saying
but it only led for a day.
No,
It
I'm
only
saying
led
you
for
would
like
have
a
had.
day.
You would have had an hour segment on it.
No. They would have had.
Yeah.
This would have been the whole 2 weeks. They still would be popping. This still would be popping.
Yeah, the bigger schools it would have been, yes.
Inside the Lines on ESPN touched upon it. You know, they had a whole little thing on it. Yeah. So
They had an interview with Maurice Claret from jail.
Man.
Hey man.
Come on, man.
Oh, my bad. But yeah.
Because remember his situation that was blown.
It was blown big time. It was huge.
That was big.
So
Yeah,
I expect like to slide, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way,
Youth minister.
Oh, okay. All right, my bad, dog.
and by the way, guys, hey, and by the way, this ball thing, completely different scenario. The baseball head coach getting fired was a completely different scenario. Completely different. And nothing to do with the football thing. It just had different.
Hey, Sean, they told
Pardon?
him, hey, fam, we ain't on that right. This bad time. Goodbye. Goodbye, man. We don't even want to know. Goodbye.
Yeah,
The only reason that he got any.
And that's why I say the ADs don't go, because on top of that, then and then the racial shit. You know what I'm saying? Like race,
that's big.
Racial and sexual. You don't want to hear that.
That's big.
Sexual.
You know, telling them to cut their dreads and, you know, making like comments about single families, single mothers, all that type of stuff. Man, it's deep.
Northwestern.
The AD got
it. Hey, Sean, I do want to say, man, I like that Bob Ross photo you got up. That picture back there, that's real Bob Ross's, man. I like that. Yeah, Bob Ross did that one, baby. It's a classic.
I don't know. Good question. Okay.
Yeah, that might take me back to Channel 11, man. Bob Ross, baby.
Hey, Sean, I got one more question for you. One more player comes out, whether it's the baseball team or a football team. Is the AD next?
He's gonna step down.
Or step?
Ain't nobody else gotta come out. He's gonna step down. It's coming.
You know, that's Scrag. I don't know. Here's the best I could give you. Scraggs is the AD, if I'm not mistaken, is he not? And I need to. We have to figure out how long he is. He's been there, because if he's okay, you know, some people are calling for Bragg to be fired too. I'm trying to find out how long Bragg, who's the AD, has been there as well. If he was there 2 years, yeah, it's tough to let him go because of that. But if he was there more, and I'm trying to find out how long he was there. But he probably have.
As long as he's there, his head is in the block.
I mean, it's similar in politics.
So you said it's relatively new. He's walking in the system.
It's similar in politics. Certain stuff I have. They won't just come out like fire because you don't want to do this mass firing. Okay. The big wigs step down.
They step
like
down.
That mutual agree to part ways.
But it's also
a nice way of saying.
Honestly, it's how he handled it. Right now, he He and botched it.
Yeah.
Well,
He
he
and
fired
Boston
two
like
coaches, but okay, let's
He
say
and
that
Boston
he came
like
out and
that.
fired two coaches.
But-
Okay, cool. But
And if one more program, and
Right.
somebody else gonna come out. I don't care if it's
we ain't
volleyball.
for the baseball player shit. They just fired the coach.
I don't care if it's water polo.
Right.
So one more
Right.
person say something.
Right.
One more person. You know what? I was swimming and he touched me inappropriately.
Right. So he just found out. He's been there for 2 years. He got hired. Technically his start date was July 1st, 2021. So he's been there literally 2 years. I don't know.
Okay.
So he's a newbie for all intents and purposes. He might be spared the axe. He might be.
Yeah.
Right.
Multiple programs.
He might be spared. Now, there's
This is how
there's articles and a lot of people call for his firing too. So
Yeah.
he might not.
Yeah. That's crazy,
So-
man. Well, listen, we got about 30 minutes left, man, and we did want to jump into some NFL. So
Talk about this running back market.
Man, listen.
Why Sean on here? Let's talk about running back.
Man, this
Still
running
back, man. Let's talk about this
this
running back
running back
market.
stuff, man. And when we talk about running backs, we talking about the Giants, Saquon Barkley. We talking about Raiders, Josh Jacobs. You might as well throw in Dalvin Cook in there. Zeke.
Still not signed.
Zeke.
Joe Mixon just restructured
You
his
know,
contract.
yeah.
Mixon
Joe restructured his contract.
Right.
I ain't going nowhere.
Let me fix my shit now.
Even the fact we was talking about Tony Pollard in Dallas. Yes, he signed that tag, but he's been trying to work out a deal.
You don't want to sign.
He's been trying to work out a deal. So, right, they have it.
They got till Monday.
So I asked a question to y'all. Are they trying to wait each other out? Because the tag, you're supposed to be the highest paid running back, right?
And it was what?
Top
10,
five.
it was 10 million?
No.
10.1 is
You're supposed to be the top
10
5,
was
right?
10 is the
It's the average of the top 5 salaries at your position. It's the average when you when you sign.
Right, so are they trying to wait each other out?
It's the average of the top 5 salaries of that position. So you're not going to be the highest guy. You're going to be in the middle of the top 5. Top 5. That's what that's what you get paid
So
for your
are they
position.
judging to see who's 3 and who's 4?
But no, because
Can I speak on Saquon Barkley?
real quick, because at the end of the day, no one's going to sign and reset the running back market. It's just not.
No, Chris McCaffrey.
Chris McCaffrey was the last
That's
one.
the problem.
Like no one, because if anybody probably deserves it after the year Saquon had last year carrying the Giants, he should have reset the market. But that goes to show how tough a market it is. When they kind of like, hey, look, man, we're not resetting the running back market. It's not going to happen. It's comparable to centers in basketball. How the position is kind of, it's still important, but it's kind of like you got it's a passing league.
That's more
Running back.
It's a passing league. Exactly.
You got a power.
There's a passing
and you got
league.
somebody that's fast.
And teams are realizing more and more. Teams are realizing more and more that if you got a good offensive line, you can have 2, average running backs. Let's be totally honest. There's not a lot of. You have certain running backs who are just super special. Walter Payton, Barry Sanders.
They never
like guys who could run behind any line, right? But then you have the Emmitt Smith, who even though he's all-time leading rusher, he had a Pro Bowl line. Nate Newton, all those cats, like those dudes were like his line. There was nothing special about Emmitt Smith. He had a great line. He had a great line. And I think teams are more adopting that. You just go by committee. Like it's running backs by committee. More running backs can hurt. Todd Gurley messed the market up too.
We blew his knee up.
Exactly.
He deserved his money at the time. He just blew his knee.
Remember how Pittsburgh played Le'Veon Bell?
Right.
That was true.
Right.
But he took it another level and chose to sit out.
Yeah, because they wouldn't. They
Saquon's
wouldn't
not
sign.
going to sit out. Jacob is not going to sit out. They might miss the
They
first
can't
game
afford
to
to.
prove a point, but they're not going to sit out.
There
They
you
can't
go.
afford
They're
to.
not going to do that.
Because here come a 5th, 6th round running back that's going to come in and start
That's
killing.
hungry.
Dude,
And they're gonna be
who was
like,
at the one to the
Uh,
line? He gonna come in, but he's a rookie, so you got a little time to play with him before you got to play.
Right. Right.
He gonna come in and kill him.
Bijan.
Oh, Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
He gonna come in and kill him with a line. But let me say this, man. Let me say this. I understand where we at with the running back market, right? And Sean, Either agree with me or not. I agree it's more of a passing league. But I don't think they should have specifically took the running back and say, we ain't tripping on this position no more. League wide, right? We're going to make y'all the sacrificial lambs. This is a passing league. Somebody made a point, and you showed it, Cam Akers, whoever. There are backup wide receivers,
right,
making more than starting running backs.
Yeah.
As if the running backs don't matter. I disagree with that because the Chiefs have won the championship, won the Super Bowl. They still run the ball a little bit. They don't. Obviously, they pass.
And they had 3 different running backs, 2, 3 different running backs.
They did. Claire kept getting hurt. But what I'm saying is, they would have never did this back in the day. To Peyton, to Barry Sanders, right? To Bettis, they would have never done this.
It was a running league.
It was a ground down, pound down league.
You chose a position to where you say, y'all, we get to y'all when we get to you. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful because the running game in the wintertime, you need a running game just as much as you need a passing game, bro. Don't act like the position don't matter. Y'all, we gonna get your 10 million.
That's the evolution of the sport.
That ain't right.
More teams got domes. So weather's not the biggest factor as it used to be. More teams got domes, right? So weather doesn't really play a big part anymore. That's why I hate the bad weather term. We're still using that stupid shit. Bad weather ain't no goddamn bad weather.
That ain't right.
So, but
Saquon's problem is he turned down a contract the Giants offered him. That's Saquon's problem.
No.
Now you want him to go back up.
Saquon's bad luck is that he got hurt 2 years in a row. And it's hard for us to put that money into you and not knowing that you're going to be healthy for the next 3 years.
Him $14 million. They offered him $14 million, and he said, no, we're going to discuss it after the season.
Right.
That could have changed what they would have did with Daniel Jones had they just gave him his $14 million. He turned it down. So the Giants went in another position like, well, we're going to take care of Jones. We're going to sign out other players and we get to you, we put you on the tag.
What you need to do is find out who his agent is, and that's who you need to blame because that's the one that told him to do it.
The agent might have told him to take the deal.
Right. We don't know that.
I highly doubt that.
We don't know. The agent might have said, hey, take that deal, man.
And so they gave him a $10 million tag. The Giants are nice enough, even though you turned us down, well, we go up to 13. Take that. Or probably a 3-year deal or something like that. Yeah. Okay. So we go up to 13. You want us to go higher when we already went higher? That's Saquon's fault. And y'all know I love Saquon. But bro, they offered you 14 million. You should have took the security immediately.
That's when he rolled the dice.
And he stayed.
No,
he stayed.
And now
he deserves the money because
now the Giants
are
trying to
like, bro, we ain't going past 13.
financial because
we gave the money off.
Saquon has to understand it's not just about him. You had like 18 receivers that ain't played because they got hurt. So now they got to fill some spots. But we can't pay you all the money.
Here's what they did.
They should. You're right. You should have took the money in.
In the meantime, we paid Daniel Jones. We paid Leonard Williams. They went and paid the other people and just put you on the tag. We got that 10. We ain't worried about that. Now you want them to come up. Well, they just spent the money now because you didn't take the initial offer. So they want another round. So what you want them to do? And Saquon deserves his money. Without him, we dead.
Right. And that's how he feels. And that's how he feels. He's like, I am the offer.
He's right. But they offered you 14 to begin with.
I agree.
You didn't take it.
I agree. He
even came up to 13.
He wanted to reset the market.
He
wanted to reset the market. But the position in today's game,
it's less important.
The position is not. I'm just not saying it's less important. I'm not saying it's less important. What I'm saying is they realizing that I could take 2 running backs. I could pay 2 running backs a combined $2 million over paying one 13, 14 million and get similar production, right? They may combine for 1,000 yards, and it's less pounding on their bodies, less chance of getting hurt.
That's basically what the Bears did.
Exactly.
You gotta remember, you kept dude from last year. You picked up whoever they picked up.
Dante Foreman.
So now y'all got 2 running backs as opposed to Montgomery.
Technically, they got 4 running backs. We're got 4 running backs, right?
But I just think I can only speak on.
Listen, you guys mentioned the Chiefs earlier.
Well, clearly,
you guys mentioned the Chiefs earlier. Mm-hmm. If you remember when Patrick Mahomes had his 50 in I don't remember if it was his 50, his MVP season or Super Bowl season. Kareem Hunt led the league in rushing from the Chiefs, a rookie. So they're all about these young guys. Isaiah Pacheco, the guy who did work for them last year. All right, he signed a 4-year, $3.7 million contract. So he's not even making $1 million a year. I think it's what they're doing. It's unfortunate what's happened to the running back position because the game has changed so much. I think it's tragic. But if you have to look at it from a business perspective, yeah, I'll take 2 running backs, 3 running backs. I mean, hell, how many running backs were taken in the 3rd or 4th or 5th or 6th round and have not even gone to the Hall of Fame, but have had productive careers? You can do that now. You can find guys now. All right, Isaiah Pacheco is another one. You signed a running back 4 years for $3.7 million, not even $1 million a year. Man, you're cooking with grease now because now you have a whole bunch of money to sign your quarterback, to sign your sub receiver, to sign your pass rusher, to sign your left tackle. So it's a shame what happened to the running back position because watching good running backs run is a beautiful thing, and there still are some good running backs. Saquon is one of them, but they're still not going to reset the market. And it will what he should have taken. And I was just looking. I just had the article pull up by Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk. They offered him $13 million. This is after they offered him $14 million, and he turned it down. At some point, all right, your agent has got to step up. Like, hey, dog, I know you want $16 million, but there's a thing called negotiation. You don't get what you want all the time.
So
all right, you're playing. They offered him $10 million and $14 million, 2 separate occasions, to a guy who hurt his knee, a guy who tore up his knee, and that wasn't good enough for him. That wasn't good enough for him. So that's where if he was healthy his whole time, maybe I could see an argument. Hey, you've been healthy, you've shown some longevity, you played 15 out of 17 games each year, but you were hurt. You missed a whole season because of a torn ACL. I can't put $17 million in it, and you're going to want what does he want? He wants $16 million, probably 12 to 14 guaranteed. Yeah. Come on, man. You want me to put that into a guy who ACL?
McCaffrey can't stay healthy.
Common sense has to. I'm all for the players.
He had a hell of a year last.
He wants McCaffrey.
I'm all for the players, but you also have to be realistic.
Yeah, be right.
That's why
they didn't even have to offer you 14.
That's why I say it's the agent selling him this dream, and this is what you're worth. Well, wait, let's get what you're worth. And when he really want that percentage off there, Saquon has been like, man, realize I'm going through all of this. I've been hurt. I'm playing well now. Let me just secure this bag for 2 or 3 years.
Well, come on, man. Listen, how much more secure is your life? How much more secure is your life if you make $16 million as opposed to $14 million?
That's an ego pride thing.
Yeah,
that's ego. But this so this is what you're looking at. Saquon last year probably took the Giants further than McCaffrey's ever taken care of them. Right. They not only made the playoffs, they not only made the playoffs, they won a playoff game. Yes. And he was the offense.
So he's trying to use that leverage.
So he's using that leverage, like, look, I carried you guys. Like I'm him. Yeah. I'm the dude.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? I get it. It's in his eyes.
His agent is saying what you just said.
I get it.
You're nothing without Saquon, so pay him.
And he's right.
And you're going to expose Daniel Jones if I ain't on the field.
Right.
You're going to expose.
But you don't let the money go, Saquon.
The only problem with that is.
What's that, Sean?
Here, the only problem with that is, that, yeah, he might be worth the $60 million. I think Saquon is one of those really, really special backs. I think a totally healthy Saquon is in the top 2 running backs in the NFL. And I'm trying to think of the other one. It may be Jacobs. I'm not sure. But
the Raiders need
at some
Jacobs
point, who else is going to pay you that money? Who else is going to pay you $14 million or $16 million? Not a lot of other teams are going to pay a running back $14 or $16 million. So you may be worth it here in the Giants, but and especially on the free market, you're not worth that because other teams aren't going to subscribe to that, especially if they got a stud quarterback. If they got a stud quarterback and wide receiver, yeah, that you ain't getting them dollars. And that's where the agent's screwing up. If the agent is advising him to hold out for the 16, because on that market, not a lot of people are going to sign it for 16 mil, especially if they got a stud quarterback, because most of the money's gone to the quarterback. It's got to go to the receiver. It's got, you know what I mean? So his agent, if he's the guy giving him this advice, bad advice by the agent. And if this is Saquon's ego, somebody needs to step in and say, hey, dog, 13 mil, 14 mil. It's a hell of a lot more you came in the league with.
Let it go.
You need to reevaluate your thought process.
Hey, Kev, you missed the Giants. You their biggest fan. Place that call.
I do need to call. Boy, you better take this 13, nigga. They came up from 10 when they gave you 14. Now you want them to go past the 13 when they've already done it, number one. You want them to go past the 13. They come from 10 to 13 to try to make you happy. You want them to go higher. They went higher last year. You turned it down. $1 more million.
I'll fly out to New York with you.
Take the damn 13 million.
I'll fly out there with you, baby. I'll fly out there with you.
Unfortunately, Saquon's going to lose this fight.
Oh, of course he's going to lose. Oh, yeah. Even if he takes it all the way to game 1 and say, I'm going to hold out.
And you know what that does.
He's still going to lose.
You know how much damage that is to the running back market, even more that he's getting done like this, that he's losing this fight?
Yeah.
The running back market is done.
But Saquon is the domino. Saquon and Jacobs are the domino.
Mm-hmm.
Dalvin Cook is probably going to sign with somebody.
No.
But you got to look at Zeke is still out there. You got to look at Kareem Hunt is still out there.
Yeah.
You got to now. Let me ask y'all a question.
They're about to get lowballed.
Let me ask y'all a question. Would Cleveland do Nick Chubb like this?
Yes, they are.
They would. So Nick Chubb a free agent.
They're gonna do
much as he means to y'all.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna do Chubb like that.
Yeah. You paying Deshaun Watson damn near shit. How much you paying him?
What?
I mean, it's sad that the Giants, but
230 guaranteed.
But I think the Raiders are doing Jacob more wrong than the Giants are doing Saquon. And here's the reason.
Oh, because that was all they had.
The Giants has already offered Saquon the contract.
He was their offense.
The
Gabby just said it. He was their offense.
Yes, he was. So he deserves to get paid too. But what I'm saying is,
but you got Adams over there. He
right. But the Raiders never offered him the contract. The Giants offered Saquon the contract. He turned it down. That's on Saquon.
They put the money into Adams.
They never. Right, but Jacobs. Come on, man, you got to pay Jacobs. Now,
I'm not saying they don't.
He should make more than damn $10 million too. Now Jacobs was the offense.
Yeah, right.
You had Adams, I get it.
I mean, but take it all even deeper. The way they doing Derrick Henry down there, they got him on the trade block trying to give him away.
Because he's next up.
And he's 30 years old.
He's next up though.
But he's still
a
beast.
He's 1 year away from being in the same position.
He's a 30-year-old.
So Tennessee trying to get something for him. Yeah, Tennessee trying to get something for him.
He's a 30-year-old.
He's next up, bro. Next March, we're gonna be sitting here talking about Derrick Henry. Is he gonna get paid?
Does he still got it in the tank?
Yeah.
There's a bit left in the tank.
A little bit. Let him run up on you. If he came over and did you like this right now, you'll go through that back.
I'm 50 years old. He should knock me to the door. I'm 50, out of shape. He should knock me to the door.
But I'm just saying.
It's America, look, next March, we're going to be sitting here talking about the same thing with Derrick.
Look,
same thing.
You remember one time when 3,000 yards passing was like a milestone? Now, it's 4,000, almost to 5.
Everybody trying to get that 5.
Like 4,000 is average now.
We used to trip about 1,000 yards for running backs.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, and as much as Derrick Henry has done for Tennessee, what have they won?
Nothing.
I haven't been to a Super Bowl.
But that ain't his fault.
But see,
not saying it's his fault.
It's his fault.
But so there it is. So you got to put money into these premier positions. Like they just have to list in the top position. Of course, it was quarterbacks first. I think left tackle, edge rushers, and then cornerbacks were fourth.
Yeah. Have you ever heard
linebackers came behind
the Titans' O-line is the greatest? You ever heard that?
It's not.
No, but Derrick Henry will do what? Put him behind Emmitt Smith line.
Yeah, at the right price.
He got it. He got 3,000 yards as a rush. He got 3,000 rushing yards.
You do that at the right price.
I wouldn't be surprised if Derrick Henry, Tennessee gets off slow starts. They don't know who they're trying to get a quarterback that just signed a year ago, by the way.
Well, they got Will Levis now.
They got Will, but they just signed Malik.
Will the 3.
Right, but they just signed the Malik dude the year before that.
Guns out.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised they get off to a bad start. Derrick Henry be going by the trade deadline. You got to get something for him. That's exactly what they're doing. And again, next offseason, we're going to be sitting here talking about where Derrick Henry going. And they're going to make him wait. Same way they're doing down with Cook. Same way they're doing Jacob. But at least Jacob and them got the franchise tag. That's just on them to sign.
Yeah. Right.
Derrick Henry's going to be a complete free agent. Cook, release.
But
release.
It's the same thing with Dalvin Cook right now. Like the Miami thing.
He's wide open.
But no, Miami wants him. But he wants more money.
Well, he has said him and his agent are.
He's clearly the best running back in Houston signed him on the team.
I think he used the word enjoying the going around to the different teams and seeing where they see him at financially.
And nobody coming to see him, Otis. Nobody coming to see him. I care about that.
He went to Florida.
Get over it.
All signs are pointing.
Get over it. At the right price.
All signs are
I don't want him for $10, $11, $12 million.
The man went to Florida State. He's gonna accept whatever the hell Miami ends up getting. Maybe they'll come to a common ground with. He's gonna
end up going there, but
he's gonna be in Miami.
He's not in a rush for him. I don't have to rush him.
Well, he's chilling.
I don't have to rush and take this. I don't have to rush and take this.
Jacob and Barkley feel disrespect.
Now,
Cook, like, I'm a free agent.
Miami should hurry
up. I'm gonna be in Miami.
When the camp is starting to open up,
protect Tua.
He'll in the next 3 weeks he'll be on squad and he'll be
in Miami.
But also here's the con of it. What happens? You get in training camp, and this 6th round or undrafted rookie
come on, kill him.
Yeah.
And preseason, you like, oh no, you can go and stay over there. I got him for the cheap.
Well, that's what's gonna happen.
This young boy, hungry and he balling.
Bro, that's what's gonna happen with the line. Dudes in the line is gonna come in and kill him. Trust.
He's gonna
come in and kill him. He's a rookie, so now I got a couple years. I ain't gotta worry about that.
Have you ever in sports seen this many like undrafted, like how these undrafted guys are coming up and getting the attention they're getting now? Like it ain't like it used to be where your draft position mattered so much.
I keep saying football is different.
No, I think you know what? I think football and basketball.
I keep saying Terrell Davis.
I think it's both sports. I think it's both sports. Because
you're talking about the two-way guy.
No, I'm just saying how. Remember, like you felt like, oh, this dude undrafted. We ain't gotta fight for this spot. I ain't gotta fight for this spot. No matter how hard he play or what he do. Get off it. Now he want a cap. This is a cap. League's a cap. Salary cap. NBA nobody gonna pay that luxury tax, especially if you're not winning no championship. NFL got that hard cap. You gotta be smart with your money. So if this young boy, so when you these vets out here sitting there holding out for more money, and this little young undrafted rookie coming in here just trying to get a position so he can make him $800,000 a year.
Dude on the Bears, the reason Montgomery goes.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Dude kept making them long runs. Kept making them long runs. He the reason Montgomery goes.
Yeah.
He the reason Montgomery. Young cat came in and killed him. Right.
But now it is mentioned down here, Cook and D-Hop might end up in Pats uniform.
Belichick ain't paying D-Hop no hell of money. D-Hop still think he worth top receiver money. You a freak.
Well, he looked at the roster and said,
"Oh yeah."
You know what I mean? New England got Stevenson
coming. Did D-Hop play last year?
He was suspended.
And still almost got that.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you, man.
He missed 60.
He walking into the office like,
I'm
him. I'm him.
So he has a right to hold out.
I'm him.
Hey, man, and even if you get D-Hop a 3-year, 2-year guarantee, something like that, or whatever the signing bonus is to make him happy, he's 30. So you give him 3 years, 2 years guarantee. Like you can do something like that. He's gonna come in and make it. He will make Jones immediately better.
Oh.
So it's just a matter of if he wants to go to New England or not. But bro,
I'm just saying.
Could going to Miami.
I mean, the bottom line at this point, in whether the NFL offseason is, getting ready to go into camp, ain't no big money left. Everybody spent their big money.
Yeah.
And get your ass on a roster. You need to get on a damn roster. And I don't care who, what, where, when, and why. Get on the roster and still prove your worth.
Cook is
like they holding on to they past accomplishments. That shit is done. Football is not paid based off your past accomplishments. They pay based off what they see, what they forecast.
Okay.
I forecast.
You want to do that?
If I'm D-Hop,
okay.
I'm
getting y'all. I'm looking at the roster.
We got a couple minutes left, so make your point.
I'm looking at the roster of New England. I'm looking at the roster of Tennessee. That's top 2 teams is that.
Right.
I'm him. I want to get paid. I ain't gonna accept anything. I'm D-Hop. Look at y'all roster. Y'all need me. So of course they're gonna. I mean, ego pride. I get it. But dude,
you gotta swallow some of that pride, though, kid.
They're gonna ultimately have to do it.
Pride is
and they will
swallow some of
it. In the world, sports like pride.
Boy, Chris Paul don't want to come off the bench. Yeah. He's gonna have to swallow.
Oh, next week.
He's gonna have to do it.
Finish your sentence, but.
No, I'm saying swallow the pride.
It's weird.
Pride.
Weird.
You gotta swallow the
pride. The lights dim.
We was on pride. We was on pride.
Okay. Somebody just tuned in.
They chasing rings now, man. At this point in their careers, Chris Paul, D-Hop, Cook, they chasing rings.
I don't think Chris Paul chasing rings. Chris Paul got traded then. What he's going to do?
Chris Paul.
He didn't ask to go State.
He out there like, hey,
well, man, let's get our party shots in. Kevo, tell them.
Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. We are back. Thanks for tuning in. It says everybody except Tim South Shore Smith, but that's neither here nor there. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We are back. Great discussion today. More on that Northwestern. There's more stuff gonna come out, y'all. Trust me. There's more stuff gonna come out.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. We had to take a little break. You know, we too are human, and of course, me and Ben just turned 50. Happy birthday to all the cancers. Too many of y'all to even mention. Just celebrated our boy Reg yesterday. It was a great time. Stay on the lookout. Summertime still going. We still got SmokeFella's events coming up big time. August 5th, September 3rd. There's something else coming up. July 29th. It's a lot going on, man. So follow us on social media. Y'all know what it is. We here. Thanks for tuning in.
Man, listen, I gotta say, man, I'm glad to be back chopping it up with you guys, man. I'm glad we came out into the shop, man. This whole vibe. Love it, man. Love talking with you guys, man. So we just giving you Humidor Sports and Cigars. SmokeFella's presents, man, by way of Sports Zone. Hey, you checking us out, but check out Sean and Maya, you know, on some of the other shows on the platform, man. What's up, cuz? Man, tune in, because you think we got a lot to say, they got a lot to say, man. It's just a whole vibe, man. It's a straight movie with Sports Zone. So make sure you guys are tuned in.
Download the app, Roku TV.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So check us out, man.
Wrong game, man. Your business.
And as I always say at the end of every show, where there's smoke,
there's the fellas.
Hey, Sean, thanks for being in the background, chopping it up with us, chiming in, because you made some good points in Northwestern, man. But take us on out of here, man.
That's what Yanni said. We ain't take a break.